The opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the hosts and their guests, and may or may not be shared with the staff and management of this network.
Ghostly Talk!
Broadcasting from the world-famous Haunted Winery here in Warren, Michigan. This is Ghostly Talk on the day after Independence Day 2009. That's July 5th, 2009.
Oh, how fancy. Ghostly Talk is independently produced every Sunday night from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time to converse about all things paranormal. For more info, go to www.ghostlytalk.com.
Tonight, we're going to talk numbers with Gary the Number Guy. And then later... Then later, do immortals exist? Ben Abba will explain.
Yes, we're here.
Ooh. That was good.
We're here.
Perfect.
What the hell is going on?
I would just like to say for the record, this is the third Ghostly Talk in a row I have attended.
This is the first Ghostly Talk in a row I've attended.
Yeah, I know.
Because
we want to welcome our new co-host, Doug, to the show.
I was missing in action last week. Yeah.
No, I'm very happy we're all here, and
me too.
We're gonna have a really cool show. The usual stuff. Happy 4th of July to everybody.
Thank you.
Celebrating the birth or whatever this country
of the country. Yeah, the independent.
Yeah, and celebrating our styrofoam cups and all the wonderful things we have. I could go on for days, but you know what? It's always fun because you get the barbecue. We all barbecue, and then we set stuff on fire, which we're no different than anybody else. You think that we're the elite people here, running this show, that we'll be in our bunker just trying to look up, more conspiracies on why we shouldn't celebrate the 4th of July. But no! We were actually doing our thing. We were out with our families, which you should be on the 4th of July, and in having orgies of food.
Tons of food,
which I'm sure was
bad.
Which which I'm sure we'll discuss in depth here tonight. Describe every morsel of food we have. Which, hey, whatever.
And then just as it gets dark, the sky lights up.
Yes.
And then
everybody's gone to Myers to get their fireworks.
Obviously.
I experienced none of what you're talking about.
What'd you do?
I mean, we barbecued. But
there you go.
You'd experienced
you had family, you had barbecue.
It was in between
and you had paver stuff.
Doing pavers, and we didn't do fireworks. And I ate my food. This is how long I've been doing pavers. This is disgusting. But I ate my food without washing my hands, so there was paver dust and everything all over everything I ate. Yeah.
That's roughage, though. That's
Fred
good for you.
said I'm like a true construction worker now because I didn't bother to wash my hands. I was too tired.
That's good for you, though. It's probably low in fat.
Paver dust,
high in
probably.
fiber, high in fiber, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you should mix it with your coffee in the morning. And
I don't do coffee.
And I'm like borderline. I'm just warning
food,
people. I'm borderline sunstroke right now too. So,
not me. I didn't come out the house.
I have that kind of that feeling of like that surfer kind of guy. Like, yeah, everything's totally cool, man.
Well, I just figured at that point, after running the wet saw all day and the dust flying back in my face, anyways,
you had already had 10
I had
cups already.
ingested lots of it, so.
Well, I do the same thing.
Yes, he was working the wet saw.
I wasn't working the wet saw, but it made me think about this, which it has to be mentioned. Because I mean, if I get a chance to bitch nowadays, I'm going to take that chance. I'm going to run with it, right? Brake dust.
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yum. Delicious. Should be on everybody's 4th of July menu.
Why in
paver dust and brake dust?
Why on earth I would decide to do a brake job on my car on the 4th of July and think that it would go smooth? It's beyond me.
Yes.
But you heard the bitch fest last night.
I try to do as few projects as possible because ever since building the coat rack with my family one year, 3-4 years ago, I vowed
You're still working
not
on it, aren't you?
to do another. No, my aunt had to rescue
the
us.
coat rack. How difficult could it be? It's like a couple of pieces of wood.
It was terrible.
Well,
it was terrible.
You know
the
my
directions
father.
were in Klingon.
You know my father, and you know my father.
You should have
also.
understood it then.
I couldn't get a hold of Craig to help me.
That was like geek enough for you.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I remember when there needed to be some car work done, I'd always get screamed at by my mom. Go out there and help your father. So I'd go out there and go, Dad, Mom sent me out here because she said you needed some help. Yeah, whatever. All right. Well, okay. Why don't you go over here and try to turn this bolt? Oh, okay. So I go over there and I couldn't turn it, right?
Right.
And I'd spent about 45 minutes on that one bolt. And my dad, by that time, he's already built the addition on the house. He's he's solved world hunger. He's done all this stuff, right? And he come over and go, well, why isn't the bolt turned? Well, I don't. Get the hell out of the way and go inside. Okay. That's where I wanted to be in the first place. Cool, right? And the tradition lives on, I have to say. The tradition just lives on because, thinking, well, I got trade now, a man, adult, I can handle this stuff. And no, man, we were doing this brake job in my car, and I was the most sniveling little bitch you've ever seen in your entire life.
Wow.
Man, I can't turn this bolt. God damn it, get out of the way. All right, here, watch this. You just cuss at it. And the thing just would pop out of the thing and run in fear away from him, right?
Wow.
But yeah, long story short, we did that brake job, and you heard about that, and we found that one of the lugs,
of
on the
course,
front wheel of my car, everything was actually very smooth. Like I said, I mean, it was going very well until we found that the last person that rotated the tires on my automobile decided to cross thread one of the lugs, one of the studs that the lugs go onto on your wheels there. Cross thread it, so now I have to go to this particular place tomorrow and wage World War III on these people. So, needless to say, I'm dragging it into the office, and I don't really care. I'm in a shitty mood because of that.
Oops.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean. Where was that at? Well, Mark, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to say that, but whatever.
Yeah, well.
I'm feeling very emotional about this.
Yes.
So I'm very
and I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm a little upset about that. All right, but I don't want to run on this thing. But yeah, so you were grinding stone though, which is
I was just cutting stone. I wasn't grinding it. I mean, I was inhaling it as well. And it makes a really nice paste for your hair. It's like I would highly advise.
Well, that's what I was saying is that
I
I blew my nose last night though. And that's what made me think about it, is that I blew my nose when we were at EJ's house, and it was just black. And I'm like, it's because I was sucking in brake dust all day long, which is like the worst thing in the world for you. They say it's like the worst crap. You do not want to get it on your hands.
You're ready for your job as a coal miner.
Yeah, there you go. I got the black one already.
That or coal mining are pretty much equal in health benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I have a nice coating on my inner nose and my lungs. I'm all set.
Yeah. So
for life.
So yeah, but yeah. Then of course after that, I think that we're all familiar with that.
I stayed indoors. I reloaded Windows XP on my brother's
computer. You mentioned that.
None of us had a traditional 4th of July.
No, none of us did. I reloaded for 6 hours. Well, the actual reloading of the OS on my brother's computer took an hour. It was the 5 hours after that looking for the correct driver for the wireless.
Which is what always happens, right?
Yeah.
It just can't load clean. There's all this crap you got to plug into it.
Right,
now.
and he can't just give you the disc that you had given him that says, here's the one. No, he can't find that one.
Yeah.
So you have to load every single driver on the internet until finally it stops complaining. Pretty much that was my plan.
But you were inside. It was cool in there.
I was also crouched on the floor.
See these hands?
Yeah.
They were black yesterday. As you know, both of you know very well, it is absolutely my nemesis to get I'm a compulsive hand washer.
Like dirty hands.
I hate having dirty hands, and my dad loves to watch me have dirty hands.
You couldn't handle a wet saw.
No, I couldn't. I would go nuts. My dad just loved it, though. He's like, oh, man, you're not used to having your hands this dirty, are you, Scott? My dad, it's like, those hands. Mm-hmm. Your father, and I'm sure your father does the same thing. Yes. Those hands they have, like you see these little,
oil stains.
Your fingerprints, right? Theirs are like about an inch deep and wide, and it's just grease.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never come out. It's there permanently because it's like 40 years.
And it repels water. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly. Their hands defy. Yeah, they're like alligators.
Yes, exactly.
It's
they
waterproof.
repel water. Yeah.
So I don't think we had, except for the eating part, right? We all chowed down. It sounds like we had our traditional feast at my folks' house, and then had to go to another feast at EJ's house, to which he accosted us to. Letting us, he brought the mortar shells and all that. Well,
right.
Got them all at Myers. They're all completely legal.
Oh, absolutely.
No problem with any of that stuff. It was all, tax tariff, no problem at all, good to go. So it was interesting to watch that. Well, we hope you all had a very happy 4th of July, and summer's not
One
here.
thing I find that's really, really entertaining is Amber is terrified to death of fireworks. Well, she's
shell-shocked.
She's not terrified to death of the fireworks themselves. It's of the going off of the fireworks because evidently, at some point she had a bad experience.
This was a couple years ago at her cousin's house. Her cousin's father, I guess it would be like her second. I don't know what it would be, but he goes all out every year.
Yeah.
And one year they had a bunch of this stuff, and they were a few too many beers into it. They were going at it and lighting one after another. They said, well, let's just light off like 50 of them at one time and see what happens. And they fire them up. They fire up, and I guess a bunch of them just shot over at them, and they had to duck and run, from this being napalmed, literally napalmed by these people. So she's a little shell shocked. So I was getting a kick because I was running over there lighting them, and she was like, oh my God, you're gonna get hurt.
Because what she would do, she would hide behind the corner of the house, and then you hear the retort or whatever of it taking off. She would pause a moment to see if she heard screams. And if she didn't hear any screams, she would peek back around the house to enjoy the firework going off. That was her modus
on the ground.
Yeah, that was her modus operandi.
I didn't see any articles today on any lost limbs or lives, so maybe it was a successful year.
There were some.
Am I wrong?
My
brother Pete, who lives in Texas now, he phoned yesterday, and we were talking, and he says, yes, I'm taking the girls to an air show. And I said, oh, my gosh, that's the most dangerous thing you could possibly do.
Yeah, you always see those on TV, like an air show disaster.
Somebody gets killed, yes. And every year, so I'm like, well, I wonder who got killed this year. So I looked online today, and sure enough, I feel bad for them, but I guess people never learn. This is, Darwinism at work. A plane with 2 pilots in it, about 100 miles, I think, north of Los Angeles, went down.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I feel bad, I really do, but I mean, you do not have to be Nostradamus to predict an air show disaster on the 4th of July. It's a regular occurrence.
Well, I think it's a volume thing. There's so many of them going on. I mean, and I'm not being funny. I'm being serious.
It could be.
It's statistics. There's so many of them going on that.
Yeah.
I mean, and let's be face. I mean, I'm, by no means am I. Do I work in aviation? Or
right.
I think I can count on one hand how many times I've actually flown a plane. Flown a big plane.
I can count on 0 hands how many times I've flown a plane.
You flew with us to Kansas.
Well, I wasn't flying the plane.
No, I meant that's what I mean is in general, like riding. Yeah, I've ridden on a plane.
Hopefully, they don't take one of those and start doing those like loop-de-loops and stuff.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Even I would probably get sick on that.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be part of a show today. Just relax a little bit. And, we'll be getting this thing on here in a few minutes. Thank you for flying with us here today. Have a great day. Thank you. Yeah. What? Ooh, upside down.
Everybody, please grab your drink right now.
Yeah, hold on to it.
Yeah.
It'll probably be all over you anyways. Just it's going to probably be all over you. No, and that's always
Do
sad.
not open your peanut packets yet.
And air shows are cool. Whoa. I mean, they're cool.
Wow.
Air shows they're fun. They're cool, but yeah, I mean, they scare the crap out of me now because you hear about one accident after another, and God bless these guys in the Air Force because they got a hard job, and not anybody can just get into one of these machines and go like Mach 3.
Well, to be fair, these were just these are retired Air Force pilots and things like that. I mean, I'm not saying that their skills were waning. I'm saying that they had done probably literally hundreds and hundreds of successful shows,
thousands of hours probably
and
in the air.
thousands of hours in the air, and it's just things go wrong, mechanical things go wrong. Sometimes physics doesn't play well.
Well, we're at the mercy of nature, even when we manipulate nature to a point. I mean, look at a car or an airplane. All you do. I mean, everything. And people, I think people get so wound up in the fact that we have these cell phones and computers and stuff. Now, they all come from somewhere. They've all been built from something that's part of our basic elements on this planet, and we're still at the mercy of that. Steel will melt if it gets too hot, right? Plastic will melt. Parts will break. I mean, boy, do I know that right now.
Dell batteries will explode.
There you go.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, how many times I've had my Dell laptop in my lap just going,
boom. Aw, man.
No kids for me ever, but
Yeah.
but we're at the mercy of that. And even when it comes to aviation or cars or whatever, there's no more fun reminder of that than when you're stuck on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck to come that you can go, yeah, well, I've been humbled a little bit. This car isn't, it doesn't run all the time.
I'm thinking of
same with
getting
airplanes, though.
different car. What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of getting a different car. Mine, it's just like slowly shutting down.
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to with mine now.
Like the last thing that shut down was the temperature gauge. Now, I mean not the one for the engine,
count.
but the one for the
That
what
don't
it is
count.
outside and what direction you're going in. It's like
because you need that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
that don't really count.
I agree, but it's just
Friggin'
the
snob. Oh, my God, the heated seats don't work in this car anymore.
I need a new
I need
one.
to turn this Maserati in right now. Oh, my God, my Saab will not heat the seat.
No, that's not it. It's just
I need to buy a hybrid.
I do want a hybrid, but it's but it is.
Sorry for insulting the crap out of you.
Yeah, but it
I'm
is.
not sorry.
But it's slowly shutting down. Like that's the latest thing, because the locks don't work. The fog lights were the first thing to go. They started blinking, so I leave them off now. And then the door lock.
Start pulling people over.
Yeah, it's probably got an error message. It's like if I just paid attention to when it was blinking, it's probably
code.
it's like a code from beyond. But I'm just like, I'm just turning it off. I don't care about the message. And then the door locks and the remote.
I am broken.
The remote.
That's the message.
the
POS.
The remote.
POS.
The remote start won't work, and then now the compass and temperature gauge.
Oh
Well,
my
you
God,
need a compass.
You so need to get rid of it.
So I need to get rid of that. I do.
I think you should bring that over to Lambert's garage.
Yeah.
And we can set that thing up for you real good. At least we'll get the interior cleaned out real good. We'll get the thing all shiny for you. And then we'll look under the hood.
Weeks.
No.
But so I was really thinking, and I'm thinking, well, I want something to go on trips with, because we go all over the place, to the conventions and things. And I want something, if we should ever accidentally break out in a ghost hunt again, to
like old school, like we're gonna go out to the middle of nowhere and see if there's anything out there.
Right.
Boy, I miss those days.
You know what I've thought of probably 10 times in the past week? The time we went to Putty Gut and saw the light.
I wasn't there for that.
It was.
I wasn't either.
It was you and Will.
Amber was there.
When was that? How many years ago was that?
I don't know. 2.
What?
It was longer than that.
Where's Putty Gut? My memory's escaping me.
Putty Gut Bridge.
Yeah, the bridge.
And we went out there, and we were standing around, and suddenly there was this inexplicable light that we never saw before and haven't seen since. Although I've only been there twice since.
Where is it at here? The location. I forgot.
It's like you go to Morrow Road and then you keep going.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You go way out past Morrow Road.
I think we've been there a couple times.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, okay. I know what you're talking
So
about.
it's in St. Clair County somewhere, and and we saw that inexplicable light. Well, I kept thinking, because, when I was at Troy Taylor's 13th
Haunted America
Conference, I bought 2 books from Dale Kaczmarek about spook lights and, ghost lights. And so I've been reading them. So I keep thinking about that light that we saw there.
Okay.
Anyway.
So when do you want to go?
Well, no, I don't have a suitable vehicle right now.
Well,
I need to...
Oh, my Lord!
Go pick up the hybrid and let's get on the road.
I know, I need to go get a hybrid real quick.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to go
on break, I am so punching you.
She looks like I just...
If we're going to ghost hunt, we're going to ghost hunt as green as possible. Bottom line. And I agree. I commend you for that, Doug. That you would not want to burn precious gas on going out to Putty Gut Bridge. You'd rather drive a hybrid and burn a little bit of precious gas.
I also want to have a working compass and temperature gauge.
Oh my God! Stop it.
I'm just
The only time
only
time we've ever paid attention to the temperature gauge in Doug's car, and this is the honest to God truth, was going to the Mothman Festival last year because we didn't have a window.
Yes, that is true.
Every time it went down like a degree on the temperature gauge, I was like, Doug, we just lost another degree.
The air's getting thin in here now.
He's like
I feel like we're in La Paz.
He's like, my ear's gonna fall off at any moment.
She goes, put the hoodie up. I'm like, I was wearing her hoodie, and I didn't put the hoodie up, so my ear was about frozen off.
Oh, no.
And we were losing degrees like it was going out of style.
I never owned a car that had a temperature gauge.
Really?
Never one car.
I used to like mine.
We never looked at it, except for when we didn't have a window. So unless you plan on driving a lot without a window?
No, I want windows. I want all 7 windows.
Oh, God, I love having all the windows in your car. It's 8.
Yeah,
that
because
trip
we
had
lost
7
one.
left.
Yeah. I stick my hand out the window and go, oh, it's cold. Roll the window.
That was impossible, that trip.
I just saved myself $500 on an option right there by doing that.
I don't think it's a $500
Well,
option.
It sounds like you need some help with this. So we're going to have a corporate meeting and discuss
we need
the
to figure out.
issue.
We need to figure out, and is it going to be the Ford product hybrid? Because there's 2 of them now. I've heard
the Escape and the Fusion.
I saw an article today that actually they're going to, by 2011, flying cars will be a real deal.
Oh, maybe I should just wait till then.
Now, the Fusion is a car. It is not an SUV.
Yeah, but if it's
but
got
they
4
ride
doors,
really
more
nice.
people should be driving cars.
And
anyway.
you can get heated seats.
I need that.
You really can. And you can get, because Barb's new one, this is going to sound really retarded, but they have lights that light up the floor and in the back, and you can change the colors on the light.
So when you drop your lipstick,
yes,
you can
hit
the light.
Like one day if you're feeling pink, you can just put the light to pink.
Oh, what car is this?
A Ford Fusion.
What kind of lame-ass option is that?
I don't know, but they have it. And they have heated seats.
And if they have it, I want it.
You have a little cradle for your MP3 player.
You could do orange for
Actually,
Halloween.
you can do sync in that car.
Oh, yeah, they have sync.
Drive the damn thing. Just
drive it. No, you've got to operate it now.
I don't want to operate. That's how accidents happen.
You don't have to, because you can sync up your iPod, and then you just hit the button on the steering wheel, and you can say, play Megadeth. And it'll play Megadeth off your iPod.
He wouldn't say play Megadeth.
Well, I know, but I just threw whatever popped into my head first.
He would say,
play. I really hate this car, and I really don't. I just want to drive the thing.
Like you could hit it and go play my favorite plaid straitjacket, and it would play.
Okay, this music sucks too much for this car. We cannot play this. Error.
And even if you have a Bluetooth phone, you can sync that up, and you can just hit it and say,
when did you
call
become gadget
My
geek,
brother
Bonnie?
has that.
Because my mom and my sister both have the Fusion, and they both have sync.
And they have the lights around it?
My mom's doesn't have the colored lights. My sister's does. But they both have sync. So you can sync up your phone, you can sync up your iPod, and it's all hands-free. So
it's a rolling computer.
Yeah.
It's a rolling computer.
And then when anything goes wrong, you just trade it in on something?
Back in the dark ages when I bought a car in 2004, it had 4 wheels in a radio. And that was like, I'm like, well, those are options. Ooh. I got a stripe on mine. That was an option. Oh, the MP3 player I have in my car.
Yes,
I have an MP3 player in my car, and in 2004, that was like a $500-$600 option right there. That was like when they first started rolling those things.
And it doesn't link up to your iPod or anything. That's where you have to put them on
the CD and put them in there. You know, I mean,
that's a whole extra.
We have a CD changer in one disc. That's what makes it made it so cool because it's probably an old hat now.
They don't do that anymore.
Now you can sync up your phone. You can it'll do your makeup for you in the car. It'll make coffee for you.
You know what? If they ever do one,
we have a Starbucks option also.
Oh, geez, no.
Just fill up a coffee right there. I mean, I'm just wondering because whatever. Is it almost time?
How did we get on that, anyways?
I don't know, but I do need a new.
Because he needs a new vehicle to go somewhere.
He needs a hybrid, and that's
ultimately comes back
hybrids. Now, if I had to give my vote, I would say go for a Ford. But that's just me.
Well, you're a Ford person. Right now, I have to agree with you because they're the only company that's worth a crap in this state right now. Really, I mean,
they didn't borrow any money.
Yeah, I mean, they're actually they're operating. They're going forward. They're making cars. They're doing their thing. And I've been a Chevy guy my entire life, as you know. I mean, they fed your family for how many generations now? 3 generations, 2 generations, 3 generations.
And my family too.
2.
My dad worked Ford.
Technically 3 because my nephew works there.
Mine's 3 generations. I'm a 3rd generation GM guy. I don't work for GM anymore. But to be frank, right now I'm kind of like bored. I'm going to buy a Ford.
Now, Doug, if you want to wait, someone just said in the chat room that they said it a while ago that they think they're coming out with a hybrid Mustang. Now that would be pretty sweet. You could get a hybrid Mustang convertible.
Ooh.
We would so be styling. The only thing is, if the convertible part ever breaks, we're not going on a trip.
Well,
a hybrid Mustang.
We are not going to the Mothman Festival without a top.
It's 12 in here.
It's just not going to happen.
We really, really need to.
There's many things I'd be willing to go topless on, but not to Mothman. I'm sorry.
Speaking of which, speaking of the Mothman Festival, I'm glad you guys mentioned it. We just got a couple minutes here. We're going to break here in a second, but that's coming up.
The whole audience just went, yay!
Mothman Festival's coming up. There's a bunch of conferences coming up. Mention these really quick. Can-Am Paracon. That's like creeping right up here. I mean, that's like we're literally a month away now. Can-Am Paracon. Yeah. OhioCon 2009 there in Dayton, Ohio. Then the 8th annual Mothman Festival's coming up, and that's I can tell you right now when it comes to the speaker lineup this year, because Jeff Wamsley, I don't know why, but he gave us free reign to set up the speaker schedule this year. Mm-hmm. So we really went above and beyond to put together a really strong. Oprah's going to be there.
And
Jason
Gowan is going to be there. Gowan's going to speak there. He's agreed to that. I think we had that discussion. That went on into
I think you should invite Vance.
Vance West?
Because he needs to see that.
You know what? We haven't locked it in just yet. That might be an idea. But that's going to be a really, as far as the Mothman Festival is always great. It's always really interesting to go down there. And, when it comes to our listening audience, when we meet the majority of our people throughout the year at the Mothman Festival.
I really, really think
free. It's free. They just comes down there, hang out, get a hotel room, and crash for the
Right. You need a $70 hotel room or whatever, and then you just go. Oh, do they have that camping option this year again?
We're not camping.
No, we're not camping. No. But other people could, and it's a real inexpensive option.
Okay, because every time you mention the word camping, I get a little nervous. Because the one year you wanted to camp in Gettysburg in July.
Yes.
And I just didn't understand that concept
I thought
at
it would
all.
be fantastic.
By the way, I just want to let you guys know we are crouching up on the anniversary of my divorce.
Oh, so that means we're all going to
divorce party.
Oh, God.
Divorce anniversary.
That's all
party.
I'm saying.
Let's get more into that after the break. We're going to talk about some paranormal stuff here in the next half hour.
Eventually.
We don't do that stuff.
A few announcements, a couple things going on. We'll talk about that in the next half an hour. This is Ghostly Talk. I'm Scott Al.
And I'm Doug.
And I'm Bonnie.
We'll be right back after this.
Ghostly Talk!
Cindy, I never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Wolfman Mac with Wolfman Mac's Nightmare Cinema. We host classic B, horror, and sci-fi movies, all the good stuff that you grew up with as a kid. And we show them every single month here in the Detroit area. But guess what, boys and girls? It's coming to you soon via the internet. To find out more, visit www.nightmarecinema.com. It's SINEMA. It's Wolfman Mac. Scare you later, babies.
Do you want to dive into the bizarre world of the paranormal? Do ghosts, UFOs, or the supernatural amaze you to the point of wanting to learn more? Well then, you need BVRN, the Black Vault Radio Network. With more than 1,200 hours of on-demand talk radio, syndicated from more than 35 shows, the Black Vault Radio Network is your one-stop shop for the world of the unexplained. Check us out and tune in 24 hours a day at www.blackvaultradio.com. Again, that's www.blackvaultradio.com.
I'd like to share a recent experience where I strongly believe that I encountered a shadow person.
When I looked, it was January 5th, 2046.
I just, I want to find an explanation for it. I want to rule it out as, something that was logical.
There are many things we have yet to learn about and understand. Join us here at Supernatural Existence and learn about the many mysteries of the universe. Feel free to subscribe via any of your favorite podcast directories, including iTunes, or check us out on the Supernatural Existence website at www.globi.com. The mysteries are waiting to be understood.
I really want to see something supernatural with my own eyes, not hear it or think I heard it or anything like that, actually see it with my own eyes, capture it on camera, hear something weird or something like that.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for we were all distracted by the kitchen crew, and I never did what I went to do when I left the room.
We got a full house tonight, actually. We got the whole Ghostly Talk crew's here. I mean, actually, the whole,
which is so unusual.
Well, I mean, the whole crew. I mean, our, Amber, my girlfriend, and Tom's here also.
The normal traveling group.
Yeah, our crew that we travel with. They're eating though, and we're working.
Yes, they're working.
They're eating
just
greasy goodness,
right.
Greasy goodness out there.
I almost want to send them out for pizza.
Together they weigh as much as I do. So I think that it's probably fitting that they're eating and I'm not. So
a couple of announcements. I'm still pulling together all of the. Actually, it's ready to go. I'm going to have the pecan stuff up from the pecan speaker discussions. I'm very sorry about the delay. But I've been chasing people down. Before I put any of these things up, obviously, like I've said before, we always get permission from all the speakers, to make sure they're cool with that and that they're all right with that. And I'm chasing down. I have all the audio done now from Decatur too. It's all taken care of. It's ready to go, and I just have to chase everybody down now and just get their permission. So,
right.
So what I'll do is the pecan stuff is actually done. It's just been one of those weeks. I'm gonna have that. I'll give myself I might just throw it up tonight. It's ready to go. I can get it up there tonight and put it up there for you guys to download. So look forward to that tonight after the show. Along with the archive, I'll put that up too. Just so you'll have all kinds of good stuff to download tomorrow or whatever. So,
awesome.
So that should be pretty cool. And the Decatur stuff, I'm hoping I'll wrap up this week and get that up there for you guys too to check out also. So yeah, that's going on with that. Now here's one we got this week also. I think it was this week.
Yeah.
Lou Gentile.
Yeah.
Another radio host out there who was around for a very long time. Before us,
Yeah.
We met him through Tim Yancey, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's who and that was like way back in the day when we were first starting this show up, and when Tim noticed us and gave us the encouragement we needed to keep the thing going. And Lou, he worked with Lou at the time. Right, Lou Gentile.
Right.
And we found out this week that he passed away. Now, I'm not going to sit here. We have a spotted past with Lou, and we're not going to get into any dirty laundry.
Well, let's just put it this way. I think it was Betty Davis had a wonderful relationship with who was Mommy Dearest? Joan
Crawford.
Joan Crawford.
Okay,
yeah, a very, very famous relationship with Joan Crawford, and said when Joan died, Betty Davis was quoted as saying, and I don't know if this is true or not.
Yeah.
But Betty Davis said something to the effect of, they tell you never to speak ill of the dead. Joan's dead. Good. That was how she didn't speak ill of Joan Crawford.
Well, we're not nearly as harsh about that. Well,
I don't know. The guy was an idiot.
Well,
but hey, there you go.
No, and hey, that's cool. I mean,
yeah,
that's what you have to say. Out of respect, though, one thing I'll say is, we have a spotted pass with Lou, and it wasn't it wasn't the end of the world. We've been doing this show for many years now too.
Yeah.
And whatever happened in the past. But he passed away this week on June 20. It says here June 28th he passed away.
Yeah.
And I just wanted, out of respect, I will say, hey,
I'm shocked that Michael Jackson's passing has overshadowed his passing. So,
Well, he was out there doing it like we were doing it, though.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I'll say.
No, he was doing it differently. He set up a broadcast transmitter.
Well, yeah, and
we didn't.
Well, that's pretty heavy, though. I mean,
all
I'm saying
illegally.
Okay, all right.
Scott, you might just want to
we might want to move
to a new topic.
I just wanted to mention that Lou passed away on June 28th, and
I do feel
whatever happened.
I feel for his family.
Yeah, his family
and the people that loved him.
Yeah, whatever happened, in the past, he was out there doing it like we were doing it. However he did it, whatever, he was still doing it like we were doing it though too. So it always is sad, regardless of personal feelings, to see someone go like that. Right. We'll just leave it at that. But I wanted to mention that though. I mean, it happened this week, and I got the news from some friends. Yeah. And I wanted to mention that too, because he was a fellow broadcaster, regardless of whatever happens. So okay, let's move on. Let's move on quick.
I like that
because I'm getting scared. Doug's woo, look out. So those were two big things. Couple of articles I've been noticing. We're taking, as you guys can tell here.
Mom L said, "Be nice, Doug."
Okay, well
sorry,
Mom L.
I'm sure we're going to get proper thrashing from all the MySpace people, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like it's the first time we've taken a thrashing in or out of the bedroom.
Yeah. We have documented proof of that now on the front page of the website. Photo shoot.
I'm sorry, I had to say that.
But okay. So we're taking this. This is going to be an experiment for this month. I mentioned this, that, July we're trying this. The first hour of the show is ours now. People say they want to hear us talk more. Some people say they didn't. But more people say they want to hear us talk more. And I said, okay, we're going to go back old school.
Right.
And not now. Maybe next week I want to take like a subject and maybe jam on it. We'll see. This week, with the holiday and all
that will be old school.
Yeah.
But that would be old school, where we take a subject. You pick a subject, any subject.
Yeah.
And then just talk about it.
Yeah, and we might just do that next week. This was like with the holiday.
But with the weird schedule we've had, it's really good to catch up like this, though.
Yeah,
So I mean, for this particular show, I think this is a great format.
Yeah.
But I think it would be fun for a couple of episodes for the first hour to try the old format.
Yeah, we could try that. We could mess around with that. This week, though, I found a couple of interesting articles I thought were cool. First one is this is every couple of years you hear something about the Shroud of Turin.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a new one now. Did Da Vinci fake the Turin Shroud? The new one. And we'll just crank through this. The famous Turin Shroud has been regarded by generations of believers as the face of crucified Jesus who was wrapped in it. But now a new study has claimed that painter and inventor Leonardo da Vinci faked it. And we've been hearing, you hear that every couple of years you hear something about this. According to the study, the Renaissance artist created the artifact by using pioneering photographic techniques and a sculpture of his own head. In fact, it suggests the image on the relic is Da Vinci's face, which could have been projected onto the cloth, the Daily Telegraph reported. Again, this is from the Times of India.
Yeah.
Wow. U.S. graphic artist Lillian Schwartz of School of Visual Arts in New York, who came to prominence in the 1980s when she matched the face of the Mona Lisa to Leonardo's self-portrait, used computer that scans to show that the face on the shroud has the same dimensions as that of Da Vinci. So now they're linking it with the actual Mona Lisa.
So Leonardo da Vinci was an ugly woman. And I'm sorry, just like every person in a former life was not Cleopatra. Okay? I don't think that every
Good call
single...
on that one, too, because you hear that a lot.
I do hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Nice. Every single person, or every single, Earth mystery or historical
Medusa.
mystery was...
You're what?
Medusa.
Really?
I just threw Doug totally off. Sorry, Doug.
I'll wait for you to get it back.
I'll call Jason and the Argonauts and let them know. Yes, I found her, the reincarnation of Medusa.
Nice.
Or it wasn't Jason and the Argonauts who found her, was it? It was the other one. Not Hercules.
I'm lost,
the other
man.
one. Who was the one who battled Medusa?
Oh, Perseus. No, that wasn't Perseus. I got Clash of the Titans out there. We can watch
Go
it.
get it.
Show
Yes.
I want.
Go. All right, everyone.
I thought it was Perseus.
To this music. We're gonna run and watch Clash.
I thought
of
it
the
was
Titans.
Perseus.
It must have been.
I'm pretty sure it was.
But I don't think he had a mechanical flying.
No, he didn't have a mechanical flying owl running around. And
right. I think that was
a nice bag to put her head in.
But anyway, we were talking about Lou Gentili.
No, we were talking about Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
And the Shroud of Turin.
I don't think that every single Earth mystery or historical mystery can be tied back to Leonardo da Vinci. Simply, how in the universe would he have had that much? I mean, I know that there wasn't an internet, and you couldn't just log on to porn sites, and you couldn't, spend your time doing other things. But at the same time, you had a lot of stuff to do back then.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have automobiles, so when you traveled, it was like hard traveling for days and days and days on end.
Yeah.
When you had to erect a house, right? You didn't just order one and they bring two pieces and cement them together.
No.
You had to actually build it. When you had to clear a field, when you had to write a letter, you had to actually write it in cursive, and it was took forever.
Yeah.
And then you had to post it, which took forever too. I mean, everything took a long time. I just see that there was no possible way he could have done all of the things that they say he has done.
He was a very, very busy person.
Yes, evidently he had 43-hour days, and everybody else had 24-hour days. So yeah. I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see where he could have done all of the things that they're...
Well, they don't see it either, too. They're now they're saying that this may have been a piece of art by him, experiment, whatever it may have been.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we've heard, carbon dating says that it actually goes back to the time of Jesus Christ, and it is the face of Jesus Christ.
Right.
And then other people are like, no, it's crap. Carbon dating is totally wrong. And there's been a debate about the Shroud of Turin a lot. It seems like
it is true that carbon dating does have errors, but yeah. I don't know. I just don't see that Leonardo da Vinci can be the man responsible for everything on the planet and otherwise.
No.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Doug's taking hits in the chat room.
I know.
Tanya said he was a Renaissance man and he didn't sleep until noon, Doug.
There we have it. There we have it. Just like me, he didn't sleep until... I don't have time to do anything. How could Leonardo have done all of these things that he is, supposedly had done?
He wasn't human.
He was an alien.
That I believe.
That's a cop out for any theory. There you go. He was just a UFO, an alien.
Yeah, I think this lady from the School of New York or whatever needs to really, really, really back up her claim.
Well, here's another one. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I see what we're going to do is I'm going to read these stories. I'm going to let you thrash them.
Oh, good.
I found this one, and I thought this was kind of topical for tonight's, one of our guests we had tonight, Ben Abba. Doctors baffled, intrigued by girl who doesn't age.
I like that.
She's a vampire.
She's a vampire.
Not working right now. Oh, it's go.com, that's why.
Yeah, ABC News. Okay, whatever. Anyways, yeah, ABC, whoa. Anyways, okay.
How old is she there? 42?
How about you just look at the pictures and rip on them?
I'm sorry.
I thought I was the one in the crappy mood tonight.
No, I definitely have found an opinion.
Okay.
You think?
Brooke Greenberg is the size of an infant, God, with the mental capacity of a toddler. She turned 16 in January. Why doesn't she age? Howard Greenberg, 52, asked of his daughter. Is she the fountain of youth? Such questions are why scientists are fascinated by Brooke. Among many documented instances of children who fail to grow or develop in some way, Brooke's case may be unique, according to her doctor, Johns Hopkins School of Medicine pediatrician Lawrence Pakula in Baltimore. Many of the best-known names in medicine in their experience had not seen anyone who matched up to Brooke, Pakula said. She is always a surprise. Let me see here. Brooke hasn't aged in the conventional sense. Dr. Richard Walker of the University of South Florida College of Medicine in Tampa says Brooke's body is not developing as a coordinated unit, but as independent parts that are out of sync. She has never been diagnosed with any known genetic syndrome or chromosomal. Thank you very much. Abnormality that would help explain why. So basically, what they're saying is that, now. It says here, and I've been trying to kind of put my arms around this since I read it earlier today, and they say that she's 16 years old, but she has the mind of, wait a minute, let me make sure I got this correct.
The mind of a toddler and the body of an infant.
Yeah.
She's the size, there it is, size of an infant, mental capacity of a toddler, but she's 16.
But she's 16.
Yeah.
And she's really little.
And she looks like a toddler. Is what
she looks very, very young.
She looks her mental capacity, evidently. I mean, that's just medical stuff. I mean, it does. You've heard of that kind of thing before.
Well, yeah. Well, and I know, in history we've seen lots of, there's been. I mean, on the other hand, there's been cases of children, like, they're 5 years old. They have that one disease, I forget they call it, where it makes you look like an old man.
Yeah.
It ages you, like, really quick.
Yeah.
And they're, like, 10 years old. And they literally have arthritis like an older person would have.
Yeah.
They have all of the ailments that...
That's how I feel.
Well, yeah.
I feel like they do.
So do I.
Yeah, you have a reason to, though.
Yeah, but
I was just sitting on the floor.
But this
XP.
child's 16 years old, and she has the mind of a toddler and a body of an infant. Well, they say a body.
I think they got that a little wrong, but yeah, I think she has the mind and body of a toddler.
But and I mean,
that's a toddler, isn't it? That's not an infant.
No, that's not an infant.
That's a toddler.
Well,
so
that's
there's
only,
a picture
that's
of
only
a toddler.
profile too, and there's a video there also. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing I don't want to come across the wrong way by saying this, but there's lots of people that have the body. They're 16, 17 years old, and they have the mind of a toddler, and those are people that have mental problems. They're mental. Look, they're retarded.
Is it?
I'm sorry. They are mentally retarded people
that
have that issue. I mean, I don't know if that. Obviously, they wouldn't be making a stink like that about this if it was the same case.
Well, this is actually interesting to me because one of my first things in my entire life that I sat down and I just absolutely, other than the usual, like your mom throws a shoe at you because you were bad, or someone punishes you.
What
and
kind
you
of house
cry.
did you grow up in? My mom never threw shoes at me.
Oh, my mom had projectile slippers. Like they had heat-seeking units in them, and they would go even around the corner and boom.
Oh yeah, we all. I took one to the crotch for my mom one time. That was the worst pain I ever had in my life.
So I mean, it just happens. But the other than that, like the first thing like that I actually realized and cried. I literally cried my eyes out. For
my mother
Mom admitted it.
Yeah, my mom just corroborated my stories just so I wasn't BSing. Yeah, she did hit me. And it was one of them flexible rubber shoes too.
Yeah.
Really was like, bam. Sorry, Doug. Go ahead.
But I literally cried my eyes out all night one night while we were camping at Algonac State Park, and.
Don't worry about it, Mom. Relax.
And it was because of developmentally and mentally disabled people.
Yeah.
I didn't understand and couldn't figure out why they were that way. And I was just a kid. I was like 20.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I wasn't 20. I was probably like, I don't know, 7 or 8.
He also still thought that carnivals set up on the side of the road were only for the families of the employees.
That's true. That is true. That's all they're for. So we have to go get jobs at strip malls. And then we can go to those carnivals.
That's what his parents told him. That they
Okay.
were that they were for the kids of the employees.
See, now, you could have found a way around that, like I did with my parents.
Yeah.
Well, my parents, I told you've heard the story many times about you can't get out of bed on Christmas Eve because of Santa sees you. He won't bring you any presents.
Right.
And I pissed the bed because I didn't want to get out of bed because I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
There could have been some spin you could have put on that.
I know, but I was too young. And well, actually, I was in college when I learned that those carnivals that are in strip mall parking lots and things, those are not just for the employees and their families, that they're for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that until I was in college when I said, oh my gosh, if only we knew somebody who worked there, we could go there. Then my friend J.R. was like, yeah. Let me explain this to you. And he explained it to me, and I'm like, oh, I feel like a heel. But anyway, so I don't understand the plan. I don't understand why that fits into the universe. Why are their bodies and their brains? Because bodies and brains are, they're what? They're electrochemical furnaces, bioelectrochemical furnaces. They are a bunch of matter put together, according to some kind of, DNA blueprint. They are the same. You're made of the same elements as I am.
Uh-huh.
They're made of the same, everything is all the same. It's just that their hardware doesn't seem to work the same.
No.
And it's just really bizarre, and I don't understand how that fits. Maybe it's maybe their parents were abducted by aliens, and I don't know, but I just can't, and they were interfered with. I don't understand. I still don't understand. Now, I don't lay at night and cry about it and sob, terribly anymore. I've given it up and said I cannot understand this. I don't know what. Well, how does that fit in?
Ben might be able to help us with
emotionally.
That tonight. Yeah. Ben might be able to answer some of that for us.
I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, I just thought it was kind of topical. We got another one here.
Okay.
Now this is, I mean, take it any way you want. You know, we never really mentioned Michael Jackson. You know, which is fine.
Children around the world rejoice.
This is an excerpt from the Larry King Show in which Larry interviewed Jermaine Jackson, and another reporter is given a tour of the Neverland Ranch. And in this clip, where the camera is pointing down the hallway, a shadowy form passes across the room at the end of the hall. Is this just another shadow of someone in that room, or is it Michael Jackson's ghost?
Oh, Jesus.
I had to play. Let's check it out. Here we go.
Privacy. When the doors were open, you know, it was okay, but when he locked, he wanted his privacy. He had his privacy.
This is one of the bathrooms. There are 2 bathrooms in this suite, and this is...
We just watched it.
Okay, either it's the tallest ghost on the planet, or it... was it completely silent on the...
No, it's playing through.
Oh, okay, so they did get to hear the...
Yeah, I'm going to watch it again. We'll watch it again.
It's either the tallest ghost ever, or the light is... You know, between a person and the
you can look this up.
The person is between the light.
This
and the
article,
wall.
this particular article is on paranormal.about.com. You can check that out. You can find it on there, Michael Jackson Ghost.
With Miko Brando, our tour guide here. You're looking at the doors, and you can see the locks on the doors. Miko, privacy was key in this room, obviously.
Yeah, he liked his privacy. When the doors were open,
my God, that was to keep the kids in.
When he locked,
here we go.
Privacy.
This is one of the bathrooms.
Michael!
There are 2 bathrooms in this suite. And this is
Michael!
the area where Michael Jackson also slept sometimes.
Why do we need to skirt around the issue?
There's a camera crew there.
There's all kinds of people.
There's all kinds of people in the house. That shadow was well above the door frame. Mm-hmm. Okay? There's... either Michael Jackson saw himself as 10 feet or 12 feet tall and has taken that in ghost
see
form.
himself that way.
Or that's a person walking by a light.
Well, he figured if he could molest children and not go to jail, he could do anything. I know you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead, but Michael Jackson is dead. Good.
Thank you, Betty. Wow, we've really...
My, how this show has changed over the last 6 months. Send all your complaints to Doug at ghostlytalk.com. And I'm sending them to you because I don't want to see them.
Wow.
And I know you won't either.
I won't see them, yeah.
I just wanted to mention a couple things on this show. We got people like, no, that's cool.
Okay, so the Michael Jackson ghost video, I think we can just safely discard
We're just going to start doing articles. And we're going to let Doug review it.
Right? The new show, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The new show.
Now apparently he faked his death.
Well, no, and
I actually heard that.
Well, we were at it the day after he passed away. Me and Pete and Amber were at a restaurant eating, and we saw the TV, everything.
That was what it was.
They tried to shut down a freeway this weekend. They tried to shut down a freeway this weekend during 4th of July weekend. They tried to shut down a freeway. Yep. That aside,
the family wanted the entire freeway shut down.
Yeah.
I would have driven through the barricade.
Yeah, I would have, just to say I did it.
No, this is my freeway. I pay for it in taxes. Well, I don't really because I'm not a California resident.
Yeah.
But, if I were, I'd be like, no, this is my freeway, not yours.
Yeah, I pay for this thing.
Yeah.
So do you, too, but that doesn't give you... I can't shut it down.
Right.
Why can you shut it down?
Right.
Okay, so whatever. Anyway, so...
No, stick a flag on your car like everybody else.
Well, we were at a restaurant eating, though, real quick. We got to break this in. We were at a restaurant eating, and it was on the TV, and Pete was like, I'm tired of seeing this crap already. And I'm like, well, I have to agree with you. And the waiter standing there, as he said, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting tired of this crap, too. It's just garbage, I mean, whatever. He passed away, and I'll give credit where credit's due. He was the king of pop. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yeah. The guy wrote
and he could dance.
Yeah, he could dance. Yeah, he could
but
dance
he was a perv. Period.
And really, really weird.
Yeah, and very strange.
I mean, he had a monkey.
Well, the waiter looks down at us.
Bought the bones of the Elephant Man.
He also had that
what?
He owned the bones of the Elephant Man.
Didn't he own Kyle MacLachlan or something as well, or the Home Alone kid? He owned him for a while.
He owned him?
Yeah, but he was alive.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure he molested him for a while.
Well, he dragged him around wherever he went.
That's right. Opinionated talk radio here at Ghostly
You
Talk.
might want to take my
You
mic
want the
out
truth. You got the
completely,
truth, all right?
Because I have absolutely nothing nice.
No,
I mean,
that's fine.
He could sing. He could dance. He was the
He
king
could
of
compose.
pop.
He could write.
But he was a perv. Period.
Okay.
And he
And he
should
was a
have
weirdo.
spent
Well, this
his
waiter's
last years in jail.
This waiter, when we made this comment, he looked down and he's like, I think Michael Jackson was a phenomenal artist, and you should show more respect than that. I'm like, really? I'm paying the tab here, and you should show me more respect than that. Oh, there goes
Wow.
your tip. Boom, out the door there. We're going to run you right. Anyways, whatever.
Well,
Rest in peace. I don't know what to tell you.
all of y'all, rest in peace. That's all I got to
Christ
say.
almighty. People are dropping like flies. What the hell is going on? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe this is the rapture.
maybe
I've
it
been
is.
spared for now, so
I don't know.
that's not going to last.
Let's
though.
get Gary
As soon
on
as
the-
they look at my record,
No,
my
that's
karmic
cool.
record,
We can get some
I'm
answers. We're
done.
going to talk to Gary, the numbers guy. A lot of the stuff
All right.
deals with that kind of stuff. We'll talk to him about that. Let's go to break here because between you, Michael Jackson here.
I'm sorry.
No, that's
but-
cool. It's just funny.
Okay. Send
Harsh.
complaints to Bonnie at GhostlyTalk.com.
So many
I
cold
don't care.
pricklies. So many cold pricklies in this room. No more warm fuzzies. There used to be warm fuzzies here.
I love you, Scott. I love you, Doug.
I love you, Bonnie. I love you, Scott.
We're going to break.